afternoon. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
It's so beautiful to see all these people out here. I see so many communities represented, and that's a beautiful thing. Again, my name is Yarbrough. I'm one of the organizers for this march. I'm also the executive director of the Hispanic Black Gang Coalition that Hope spoke from earlier. But I'm here today to talk about our community. We do stand in solidarity with Trayvon Martin, but we cannot forget that acts like this happen all the time in our own community. Right here in Dudley Square, in Roxbury, in Dorchester, in Mattapan. So we do again stand in solidarity, but we have to ask the question, what are we going to do in our community to make sure we're not on the news with Trayvon Martin, which does happen every day, doesn't get on the news, but what are we going to do to prevent this violence from continuing? Acts of white supremacy are perpetrated against our community on a daily basis. And don't get it twisted, it is not just physical, it is not just the police brutality and acts of vigilantes, but it is structural and legal, like the Stand Your Ground law, like the 3 strikes laws. Get up on it. It is also economic and educational that puts our community against one another. What are we going to do about all of that plus more? That's why we're here today. It's not just about Trayvon Martin. So we get so desensitized by this, and it becomes the norm in our community. And I just want a reality. See, maybe if I'm the only one. Am I the only one that is tired of RIP shirts with young faces on them? Am I the only one tired of seeing mothers on television talking about the sons they lost? It reminds me of the pain of my mother when she lost her other son. Am I the only one tired of that? Am I the only one tired of hate crimes and acts of violence and police brutality being dismissed as accidents and coincidences in our community? Alright, so again, I ask you, what do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
And since I love all y'all, I have to keep it real. It's gonna take more than this. We gotta do more than this. We gotta move beyond the symbolism. And by symbolism, I mean it's going to take more than rocking hoodies and making it your Facebook picture. What are we going to do to make sure these self-defense or so-called stand your ground laws don't get passed so we can wear hoodies without looking suspicious or having acts of violence against us? It's going to take more than giving Skittles and iced tea their free promotion. But what are we going to do to make our community safer so we can go any time of the night to buy Skittles and iced tea? Or healthy food, thank you. And lastly, it is going to take more than a rally, more than us doing chants and making noise. But who is going to go home and call their elected officials and go out and vote to see the real change we need to see in our community? So, the beauty about this here today is that we have a diverse room. We have a diverse people right here gathered here today. I see my Christians, I see my Muslims, I see my gays, my lesbians, my transgender brothers and sisters, I see my immigrants, I see so many different people, young, old, Black, Latino, a little bit of Asian out there, I see you. And it's all about coming together as a community, building our resources to continue on this. So, again, what are we going to do about it? There's a bill right here in Massachusetts that is very similar to the law that is protecting George Zimmerman down in Florida. It is called the Stand Your Ground Bill, Senate Bill 661, House Bill 1568. These are pieces of legislation that could allow more cases like the Zimmerman case to happen right here in Massachusetts. Get on it. I'm going to read one sentence from this piece of legislation to show you how it could affect our community. In Senate Bill 661, it says a lawful defense to use deadly force if he or she acts in reasonable belief if you feel that greatly bodily harm or death is coming your way. So if you believe someone is about to kill or threaten you, you can take them out basically. Let's see how that works for us. Some people think that's good for our community. I say, one, it's already hard for a black man or a person of color to get a gun legally in this state, all right? So right there, we're already 1 foot behind on this legislation, okay? The second is, if you do happen to have a gun and it is legal, see what happens when you use this stand your ground in front of a white jury or a white judge. See what happens to you. So we need to rally against this. This law is already in 21 states and we're seeing the impact of it. Right now in Florida, where they do have this law that Zimmerman is hiding under, justifiable homicides have doubled in the last 5 years. Do we want that in Massachusetts?
No!
Do we want that in Massachusetts?
No!
And this is not just an attack on skin color. I want to talk about, this is just an attack on the other, all marginalized people. So it does affect people with black and brown skin colors, but it also affects our sub-identity. We have to think about things like Islamophobia, things that we just heard about at the mosque. How is this law going to affect people like that? We have to think about homophobia. Yes, I am going there. We have to talk about how this affects our gay, lesbian, black, and brown brothers and sisters. And transgender. Let me put you up on this. 70% of the crimes that happen against LGBT people happen to faces that look like the ones here today. It happens to our community. So regardless of what you feel about your personal religious beliefs, this is about protecting life. This is about me being able to live how Trayvon should have been able to live and pursue his dreams and goals. We have to stick together as a community, regardless if we're black, gay, Muslim, old, young, to make sure we can fulfill our potential. I'm almost done, yo. So, again, what are we going to do about it? This is what you can do about it today. Yes, this is visibility. Yes, we are making a statement. But today, I need everyone to sign the Stand Your Ground petition. Where's the petition? All right, it's floating around. Make sure you sign that today. Make sure you pressure your elected officials. This was introduced by Stephen Brewer, so we don't need to give him a call. Give your elected officials a call. Make sure it happens and spread the word and get up with other pieces of legislation that could be affecting our community. Thank you.